Technology is the wave of the future. It allows you to expand your vision for your department. For example, we are often faced with challenges of doing more with less. So the question is, how do you improve efficiencies? You can sit back and talk about what it is that you can't do because you don't have the money, or you can just tackle the issue, find the solutions, and move forward. And in this day and age, it's time for public defender offices to move forward. You can do this.
What do you think in how did you come about this idea of let's go digital? I mean, everybody talks about it, and everybody thinks it's a great idea, but how did you get from the idea to actually saying, you, whoever, in this case Jeff Canty, can you do it?
Well, I went to a doctor at Kaiser Hospital, and there were no longer client files, patient files. Everything was on a computer. And I just happened to ask the doctor, I said, oh, you guys are digitized? And he said, yes, everything is digitized, no more paper files. I left the office that day and I said, if Kaiser can do it, we can do it too.
And how did you approach the challenge? Did you specifically appoint somebody to do this, or was it just a casual conversation and then one thing led to another?
I knew that there were certain people in the department that had special knowledge involving computers and programming, and so I decided to approach a person I knew who was interested in gadgets. And I asked them, I said, look, you know, I was just at Kaiser, this is what they did, can we do this?
Okay. And after you initiated the interest and started the ball rolling, what did you find to be the most challenging aspect of this endeavor that you started?
Probably passing the vision on to others, in terms of resistance that you sometimes encounter. And once you get over that hurdle, people realize that you have made their job easier.
What can you recommend to other people in your situation who have thought about this and have not made the transition and what problem do you see that they might be encountering, and how would you say to address and to actually do something about it?
I think the problem is a lack of knowledge. I am not a computer geek, but I did take a management information systems class, and it really opened my mind up to using technology to re-engineer work processes, and being able to map out how you can embrace technology. And so I think that it's a lack of knowledge, so it's our responsibility to educate ourselves.
So what I gather from your comments is that your approach seemed to be a lot more proactive than would you say other people other organizations, would you say that they have been more passive in their approach towards digitizing their office?
I don't like the term passive, but I think that sometimes we get stuck in a box, and for public defender offices, the budget defines our box. And so we get so involved in the numbers or the cuts that are coming, and we don't recognize that there are ways around those cuts in terms of, even though people are doing more with less, that if you truly look at your process, you can come up with ways of actually doing more with less, and at the same time lessen the burden on a person. In other words, you can make their jobs easier.
And through this process, this project that was done here at the San Bernardino Public Defender's Office, what do you think is the key to the success of this project? and if you could pick at the most 3 points.
I believe that one is the project began with a group of employees who were dedicated to the public defender's mission. And it just so happened that these employees had special skills. Because these employees were also viewed as leaders by others, formal and informal leaders, and because it was a grassroots project, it became easier to build ownership, to build buy-in from our other units within the department.
Okay, great. And what is the biggest challenge that you had to deal with in this project, in trying to get everybody to be on the same page and working for the same goal?
The biggest challenge? Creating the vision that we can do it, and once people realized that we were doing it, it was easier to bring others on board. So the pilot project, when we started it off as a pilot project, was very important because that pilot project actually generated interest.